The corporate media never lets you down. They'll bring you fear every day of the week, 7 days of the week, twice on Sundays. Bring us the fear porn. This is off of Foreign Policy. Found the Islamic State's terror laptop of doom. It's the terror laptop. It's coming to get you. You can't make this shit up. Buried in a Dell computer, captured in Syria, are the lessons for making bubonic plague bombs and missives on using weapons of mass destruction. Yes, where have we heard that term before? Oh, I don't know. Was it, George W. Bush and Colin Powell and their bullshit speech to the United Nations? Remember that? Well, this is the new boogeyman. The new boogeyman. Forget about Al-Qaeda. We've rebranded Al-Qaeda. Now they are, of course, the Islamic State, ISIS. And there's the laptop. There you see it, folks. Doesn't it look dangerous to you? It's coming to get you. It's the laptop of doom. So, this is coming out of Turkey. Abu Ali, a commander of a moderate Syrian rebel group in northern Syria, proudly shows a black laptop partly covered in dust. Yes, nice job, guys. We took it from this year from an ISIS hideout, he says. Of course, right? Abu Ali says the fighters from the Islamic State of Iraq and Al-Sham, ISIS, which have since rebranded themselves as the Islamic State, yes, of course, as I said, all fled before he and his men attacked the building. The attack occurred in January in a village in the Syrian province of Idlib, close to the border with Turkey, as part of a larger anti-ISIS offensive occurring at the time. We found the laptop and the power cord in a room, he continued. I took it with me, but I have no clue if it still works or if it contains anything interesting. Oh, yeah, really. But of course, they turned it on, right? As we switched on the Dell laptop, Dell, right? You know the product placement that they do in this shit. Why does it have to be a Dell laptop? Does Dell actually make the laptops? They don't make their laptops. They're just a frickin' marketing corporation, as far as I know. It indeed still worked, no, nor was it password protected, of course, because terrorists would never password protect their dangerous information. But then we came to a huge disappointment. After we clicked on my computer, all the drives appeared empty. Appearances, however, can be deceiving. Yes, we know that also well, interpreting the bullshit of the corporate media on a daily basis. James Wright Foley. Upon closer inspection, the ISIS laptop wasn't empty at all, of course, right? Buried in the hidden files section of the computer were 146 gigabytes of material containing a total of 35,347 files and 2,367 folders. I don't know, guys. You know the numbers game they like to play. What are they telling us with those? All right. Abu Ali allowed us to copy all these files. Of course, he's going to allow you to copy, which included documents in French, English, and Arabic onto a hard drive. And the laptops, and here they show there it is. There's the laptop photos. I'll even click on it for you. There they are. There's the Arabic writing. You know it's real. You know. Right? So, let's get back to this article here, this sensational article here. The laptop's contents turned out to be a treasure trove of documents that provided ideological justifications for jihadi organizations, of course, and practical training on how to carry out Islamic State's deadly campaigns. Of course, they include videos of Osama bin Laden. Yes, because ISIS is just going to have those videos on. Yeah, I got to have them. Put them on there, and practical training on how to carry out this. Okay, so where was I? The videos include Osama bin Laden, manuals on how to make bomb instructions for stealing cars, and lessons how to use disguises in order to avoid getting arrested while traveling from one jihadi hotspot to another, right? Got to put the costume on. And but after hours upon hours of scrolling through the documents, it became clear that the ISIS laptop contains more than typical propaganda and instruction manuals used by jihadists. The documents also suggest that the laptop's owner was teaching himself about the use of biological weaponry in preparation for a potential attack that would have shocked the world. You can't make this shit up, right? Who's doing the storytelling? Awesome, I love it. The information on the laptop makes it clear that its owner is a Tunisian national named Mohammed. Always Mohammed. How many Mohammeds are there? Mohammed S., who joined ISIS in Syria and who studied chemistry and physics at 2 universities in Tunisia's northeast. Even more disturbing is how he planned to use that education. The ISIS laptop contains a 19-page document in Arabic on how to develop biological weapons and how to weaponize the bubonic plague from infected animals. Go fucking figure, right? And we're going on about all this Ebola scare that they're doing. You don't think it's for a reason? Believe me. The advantage of biological weapons is that they do not cost a lot of money, while human casualties can be huge, the document says. The document includes instructions for how to test the weaponized disease safely before it is used in a terrorist attack. When the microbe is injected in small mice, the symptoms of the disease should start to appear within 24 hours, the document says. The laptop also contains a 26-page fatwa, or Islamic ruling, on the usage of weapons of mass destruction. Yes, yes, indeed. If Muslims cannot defeat the kafir, the unbelievers, in a different way, it is permissible to use these weapons of mass destruction, states the fatwa by Saudi jihad cleric Nasir al-Fad. He's a real fad guy. Who is currently in prison in Saudi Arabia. Wonderful Saudi Arabia, right? One of the fucking freest places on the planet. It's a wonderful place. Even if it kills all of them and wipes them and their descendants off the face of the earth. Yeah, just kill them all, right? Yeah, I'm surprised these guys don't work for the New World Order. Whoa! Yes, indeed. They most likely do now. When contacted by phone, a staff member at the Tunisian university listed on Mohammed's exam papers confirmed that he had indeed studied chemistry and physics there. She said the university lost track of him after 2011. And there he is, the photo of him. It's wonderful. This image has been digitally altered. Yeah, I wonder why. Out of the blue, she said, "Did you find his papers inside Syria?" Asked why she would think that Mohammed's belongings would have ended up in Syria, she answered, "For further questions about him, you have to ask state security." An astonishing number of Tunisians have flocked to Syrian battlefields since the revolt began. In June, Tunisia's interior minister estimated that at least 2,400 Tunisians were fighting in the country, mostly as members of the Islamic State, right? That wonderful ISIS. This isn't the first time that jihadists have attempted to acquire weapons of mass destruction, even before 9/11. Al-Qaeda had experimented with chemical weapons program in Afghanistan in 2002. CNN, that wonderful bastion of truth there, the most trusted name in propaganda, obtained a tape showing Al-Qaeda. What? Obtained a tape? Maybe manufactured a tape showing Al-Qaeda members testing poison gas on 3 dogs, all of which died. You know how they like to throw the dogs in there for mind control. Everybody loves dogs. Even fucking loners and lunatics love dogs, right? So, gotta throw the dogs in. Nothing on ISIS laptop, of course, suggests that jihadists already possess these dangerous weapons, and any jihadi organization contemplating a bioterrorist attack will face many difficulties. Al-Qaeda tried unsuccessfully for years to try to get its hands on such weapons, and the United States has devoted massive resources to preventing terrorists from making just this sort of breakthrough. Of course, right? You know they're looking out for you. The material on this laptop, however, is a reminder that the jihadists are also hard at work at acquiring the weapons that would allow them to kill thousands of people with one blow. Why stop at thousands? Why not millions? How about billions? That's what they want in the Georgia Guidestones. The real difficulty in all of these weapons is to actually have a workable distribution system that will kill off a lot of people, said Magnus Ranstorp. Where have I heard that name before? I'm sure I've said that name, Ranstorp. A research director pardon me, at the Center of Asymmetric Threat Studies at Swedish National Defense College. Is that like the RAND Corporation of Sweden? But to produce quite scary weapons is certainly within the Islamic State's capabilities. Absolutely. Especially when they got the, Mossad, NATO, whoever else backing them. I don't know. I think they got some pretty good friends that could set them up pretty well. The Islamic State's sweeping gains in recent months may have provided it with the capacity to develop such new and dangerous weapons. You know it's coming, right? Members of this jihadi group are not solely fighting on the front lines these days. They also control substantial parts of Syria and Iraq. The fear now is that men like Mohammed... Are you sure that's his name? Yes, of course that's his name. Could be quietly working behind the front lines. For instance, in the Islamic State-controlled University of Mosul, or in some laboratory in the Syrian city of Raqqa, the group's de facto capital, to develop chemical or biological weapons. In short, the longer the caliphate exists, the more likely that its members with a science background will come up with something horrible. Is this the RAND Corporation or the Council on Foreign Relations that wrote this thing? I mean, it's hilarious, right? The documents found a laptop of the Tunisian jihadists, meanwhile, leave no room for doubt about the group's deadly ambitions. Yes, of course. They're coming for you. Small town America. Better stock up on the duct tape and the plastic wrap. Use of small grenades with the virus and throw them in closed areas like metros, soccer stadiums, or entertainment centers. So the solution for that is going to have a lot of police. You got to have a lot of police. Going to be heavily armed. They're going to have gas masks on. And it's all to protect you. It's all there to make sure you're able to carry on with your day without al-Baghdadi and the ISIS boogeyman coming into your little town. The 19-page document on biological weapons advises best do it next to the air conditioning. It can also be used during suicide operations. So, a whole lot of programming in this article. It's quite something. Not the least bit surprising. The terror laptop of doom. That's a great name for it, man. I want to highlight that, but it won't let me. Yes, the terror laptop of doom is coming to get you. Al-Baghdadi's terror laptop of doom. The laptop itself, it's black. It's got dust on it. It was in the desert, man. They're coming up with things. They got a secret laboratory within the laptop, It's so fucking ridiculous.